Hello everyone, this is FilibusterFox and I'm joined once again by FancyZergling.
Hi there, YouTube.
And we will be doing another custom game, just some picks up between people on friends list and friends of friends and such as that. We have on blue team Sade, Shinneh, LycanSlaze, ClausChap, and Ickymittz. On purple team we have Razor, S3X, JNLDonn, 2D Panda, God of War 133, and LoWxFaTxMiLk. First bands up are Kennen and Skarner. What do you think of those bands, Ebzy?
I really do like the Kennen band. Kennen's an amazing mid. It can really just out-harass everybody, and with that AoE ultimate, it just blows most mid picks out of the water. And with Skarner, great jungler ban. Can clear it, great ultimate. Caston, great ban again with just stopping those ganks that are so potent. He can easily just go around any ward placement with his Rift Walk. Shen's an amazing ban because with the new buffs, he's really strong with that damage reduction and having the shield to jump wherever he pleases. It's easily turns a gank around, no problem. Master Yi I don't really agree with just because in organized play, it's easy to shut him down in team fights, though if he gets fed, he can be a real problem. And Rammus is another good control ban. You could definitely see that the bans from purple team were focused on control and less so on the blue team, where it's more focused on damage and ganking prevention.
Well, our first pick on blue team is Sade playing Rumble, one of her prominent champions, solo top. She tends to dominate almost anyone she goes up against with that. Very good to see, and with blue team being the predicted underdogs in this match, that will be a necessary thing. Purple team is still locking in their picks. Don't really like to talk about them until they lock them in because they like to troll us and switch around. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential there with Swain and Graves. Swain is an excellent mid, very difficult to deal with it. Graves is, as always, a strong AD carry for the bot.
We do see Graves locked in. That's going to give them a big advantage in the lane if they don't pick someone who can easily harass, or at least a support that can sustain their carry.
Right. Looks like it will be a LeBlanc pick for JNLDonn. LeBlanc is a decent mid pick. She's pretty good. A lot of burst damage with her combos powers.
It's the same reason I don't agree with the E pick. I don't feel that LeBlanc is as good as a pick in a ranged 5s match, simply because there's CC to lock her down, and she won't get as many ganks as she would in a public match.
Yes, and LeBlanc does have a nasty habit of kind of trailing off in the late game compared to some of the other AP mids. We have Sona locked in on blue team, a very strong support champion, even after the nerfs.
Still very strong. Still a lot of damage she can put out, poke people out of the lane. It's crazy, and I really do hope Lycan goes Amumu. Amumu is such an underrated jungler that it's not even funny. He is really blue dependent, but once you start getting those team fights, he just has so much control.
And it looks like Lycan may be going Amumu jungle. Very good CC with that. Nice little tanky jump in there. Jumping with that ultimate can really change a team fight.
You won't see any QQing from me.
Yeah, Amumu is pretty solid jungler. That was a joke. Found him always crying, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You're awful. Just awful. First grabs are Janna and Tryndamere. Not sure if they're actually going to go with that. What we're going to see here is Janna does give a nice little AD boost and some shield with her AD boost to the AD carry she's with in lane. So that could give a lot of early damage to Graves with his buckshot. Throw that on Graves before he uses his buckshot on the enemy AD carry, and you're going to see a lot of damage. Early on, you're looking at roughly 32 additional AD at level 2 or 3 of the shield. And Tryndamere, of course, is your classic melee DPS who is really, really annoying if he can get fed because of that ultimate that keeps him alive. Looks like he will be going jungle, or they'll be swapping around and someone else will be grabbing the jungle. On blue, we've got Vladimir picked up, probably for the mid lane, and Ickymittz grabs Misfortune as the duo bot. I think Misfortune's going to have a lot of trouble early on against Graves, especially with Janna down there.
Yeah, even though she does have the range to outpoke Graves, it's gonna be tough for her.
Okay, so they swapped the rounds. Shen's actually doing the Misfortune, and Icky is doing support. It looks like everything stays the same. Jarvan the fourth as the last pick on purple. Pretty solid solo top. You don't see it that much, but it's actually pretty good.
I'm interested to see how it plays out against Rumble. Rumble's a big bully, but I think Jarvan might be able to take it from her if he can keep in that lane.
Yes, it remains to be seen. Judging from his elo, LoWxFaTxMiLk may possibly be one of the better players around, or just Q's well. But it should be a very strong challenge for Sade up in the top lane. Well, let's see. Looking at summer spells, blue team did pick up CV. Purple team has picked up a heal on their support, which will make up for Janna's lack of a heal in her spells, but Ickymittz opted not for no support, actually. Or no escape spell, yeah, no flash or ghost, so that could spell some easy ganks on her, especially if Jarvan comes in and just keeps her from leaving. Mid-range Vlad against LeBlanc. I'd actually favor Vlad a little in this case.
Yeah, definitely. Especially once Vlad starts building up, he'll get very tanky and a little too tanky for LeBlanc to actually be able to burst him down.
Yeah, and LeBlanc doesn't really get her combo until at least level 4-ish to anywhere decent. Early on, she's got a little poke, but it's only mediocre. Her real strength is that major combo you can pull off with her powers. And she obviously can't get that till you get the powers, so that keeps her from being able to take advantage of Vlad's weakest point in being the first few levels.
Exactly. And Vlad just has so much to stay in that. Their harass won't be enough to keep him down to when she gets her sense.
Right, and he can always pull down behind his tower and just get out. Alright, here we are in game. Rumble is heading up to top, and the other team is going out their separate ways. We'll have a look at where they end up going jungle-wise in a few moments when that starts up.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
As the announcer says, welcome to Summoner's Rift, the standard 5-on-5 map in League of Legends if you are unfamiliar with the game. We will try our best to try to explain some things as we go, but this is more aimed towards people who have actually played League of Legends. If you haven't played it, there is a link below which will take you to a registration page. You can try it out. It's free to play, expensive to buy everything to play in it, like skins and champions and whatnot, but it is a free game, so feel free to give it a try if you have not. All right,
Definitely worth it.
We've got 3 stacked up in the bush next to Purple's Wraiths, and 2 watching the river in the south. 3 stacked up near Blue's Blue, and Sona kind of trailing behind while Misfortune watches the back of Dragon.
If I was purple team, I would definitely see invading. I think they have the advantage at the moment with Amumu's weak level 1 jungle.
Like someone who's got a lot going on.
Yes, Amumu does have a very weak level 1 jungle, but it looks like they're more concerned at protecting Tryndamere early red. That's reasonable. Invade is always a risky move.
It is, and if they pick someone like Alistair, I think they would have, but it was probably the best choice not to invade.
Shinneh has a tough time really early in the jungle anyways. Alright, Janna and Graves are already bought, Sona and Misfortune are on the way, mids have arrived, and tops have now arrived in their particular lanes.
I think it was a mistake for the blue team not to pick up the double golems in the bottom, simply because it's XP that's available to them, and by the time Mulu gets there, they can easily take it and have it spawn back.
It can be a little rough for, well, I guess Sona has enough damage output with her Q to make up for it. Sometimes some of the weaker AD carries will have trouble picking up those golems in any recent amount of time, especially when they're defending against a jungle anyways. They're defending against a jungle invade, to be proper. Alright, early game, taking a look at CS. Misfortune has 2, Graves has 7. That's a distinct advantage to purple team there. Up top, Rumble has 6 and Jarvan has 8. Not a huge advantage there. Easy enough to even out. And mid, Vlad has 6 and LeBlanc has 4. Once again, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think it's gonna generally be pretty quiet. There's no one here that really has a very superb early game, so we might see a little harass here and there, but nothing too risky.
We'll just keep our eyes on all the lanes. Maybe have a look at Tryndamere killing wolves over here. Look at that Tryndamere killing those wolves, low health. And then back up to top. So the laning phase is primarily concerned with getting your carry characters lots of creep kills, also known as CS, so they can get the gold and build up those items earlier. Ideally, you can deny your lane opponent as well from getting them by zoning them away from the minions, or pushing them to the tower so the tower steals some of the CS, like just happened in Rumble there.
We do see LeBlanc picking up the Purple's blue, and Tryndamere almost going down to it. LeBlanc is taking a lot of damage from this blue, though, and I think it's not really going to be worth it. He's actually not going to be able to take it, it looks like.
Oh
nope.
Oh, just barely picking it up. LeBlanc with very low health, but definitely connecting that blue does give a laning advantage to any mid. Especially with Amumu being almost required to have blue, especially in the early game. That is a very forceful advantage to LeBlanc. But whether or not it's going to make a difference, especially with the damage and time she's had to be out of lane, is questionable.
Yeah, it's definitely going to hurt, especially now that Vlad has a level advantage, and it looks like he's actually going back himself. She's going to lose easily a level of XP right here from this tower.
And of course, Vlad does not use mana, so lacking a blue is not a major disadvantage there. Up top, it looks like they're both harassing each other pretty decently. Jarvan does have a 1 level advantage, but it's nothing Sade won't pick up shortly enough. I don't think she's too far behind. Let's see, 17 CS to 28. Well, she's a whole 10 CS behind, but as she gets higher and higher in level, that's going to matter much, much less. A little harass from Sona down bot. Graves is about half health, and the blue team bot laners are quite full.
If you look at the CS from the team, it looks like that purple team actually has the lead, even on bottom and top there's a slight advantage for him. But overall, I think it's so far pretty neck and neck in CS.
Very close. And gold, as you can see, is 6.4 to 6.2, slightly advantaged currently towards blue team, but it's a very, very minor difference that a few creep kills will make up. Mumu's rocking around in the top here. Maybe he's looking to solo Baron. Nope, no Baron there. Baron is MIA, so he's going to go down. Just lost his red, but he's going to see if he can counter jungle, it looks like. I was expecting him to go up behind mid, but no wraith for him to find, so here he comes into mid.
Oh, it seems that Genki does manage to land a Vanish House, and that is a lot of damage on LeBlanc.
Oh, and Sade picks up the first blood on Jarvan on top. Tryndamere comes to do something about it, but I don't think he's going to have much luck. Oh, Sade will pick up a double kill. Very nice. Well, not a double kill, but a second kill at least.
That's Sade's Rumble for you.
Sade's Rumble is incredible. And that's going to give her a very strong laning advantage against Jarvan, as Jarvan's tower takes a little bit of damage from those creeps getting up there. And Rumble picking up that nice first goal for 2 kills and first blood bonus. Down bot, blue looks pretty high health rather, not low amount of damage on them, and Razor is healing up most of the damage he took, so that looks to be a pretty static lane. Vlad looks to be pushing a little heavily up, but equalizes easily enough there. Not a big, interesting.
I really think Vlad should definitely be being more aggressive to this LeBlanc. She's at a health disadvantage, and it's harder. She can't get it back without blowing those potions, whereas Vlad can keep on harassing.
Right, and LeBlanc has lost her blue at this point. Rumble and Jarvan back up. Rumble is a level higher than the Jarvan now. I'll have to keep an eye on that in case they get too close to each other. Looks like Sona went B. Misfortune's all alone to pick up CS, and Sona is picking up more wards.
Getting a little aggressive at top. There's slight engagement there. With his shield, he was able to trade off some damage, but looks like Sade was able to do a decent chunk from that. Look at that. That overheat flamethrower is just so strong.
Mumu's coming up on mid for a potential gank. Keep an eye on top for me in case something happens. And LeBlanc just casually walks behind her minion, and Mumu can't really do anything about it. So he's going up into the jungle, might get an encounter with Tryndamere at his red if he keeps going in. If he does...
Get another, or gets Jarvan so low, Jarvan is going to be forced to back off.
Well, it looks like Jarvan's not going to be, which gives Rumble quite an advantage if she can push up on that. Oh, there goes a very nice ult. Looks like Sade might be able to tower dive him right here and take the kill. Ooh, misses with the spear. Misses with the second spear. And he doesn't beat. Oh, she went to ward.
That's so close. This Jarvan is just
Very
being unbelievably lucky.
Yeah, got out of there very close. Tryndamere's going to come take his spot, but Tryndamere, level 5, not going to do a whole lot against that late Rumble.
Yeah, if Sade had her ultimate up, I'd say she'd be able to take that kill right there, but he's lucked out. There's still 64 seconds on her ultimate.
A little harass going on down bot, but nothing much. Ooh. Not quite an engaging top, unfortunately. I want to see that Tryndamere try to go in on Sade. It would be amusing to me. Mumu came down bot, but got spotted by a ward and may still be able to go in because they did not fall back. Oh my. He's going to bandage in. Oh, gets Janna, lands the hit, does a lot of damage to Janna. Icky and... Nope. That tornado saved Janna so hard right there. Icky and Shinneh would have been able to finish off that kill very easily if it weren't for that tornado. Or vortex, or whatever the skill is actually called. Mumu is stealing blue. Purple knows about it, they're pinging it. Tryndamere and LeBlanc are on their way to do something about it, but if his flash is up, they won't be able to. Or, not flash, smite. Oh, he's... I thought he smited the little minion for a second there. A very nice steal there. That will get LeBlanc an even larger disadvantage. Janna had to be, and that should put Misfortune ahead in CS to Graves. Oh, no, she's still 11 behind. But, Sona doing very well at not actually taking any. More CS going down in the bottom. More CS going in the middle. And Rumble just getting some free farm. Ooh, Jarvan's coming in for a gank with Tryndamere towards mid. Can Klaus get out in time? Definitely. Maybe not. Maybe definitely not. Oh, wow, I did not know the train stock troll pull. Very interesting. Jarvan very nicely picking up that, well, assist. LeBlanc got the kill, which is fine for LeBlanc. That will give her quite a very helpful start in that lane to catch up some of the earlier difference.
That was just a great play by Jarvan.
Very, very nice. For those of you unfamiliar with Jarvan, since he's not all that common champion to see, his ultimate, as you saw on the gank on Vladimir there, starts up a wall of temporary terrain around him when he jumps in, basically blocking any champions that don't have a flash or other sort of dash to get out. That can be very poor for your own team if you catch your own team and Nivea walks up and, you know, uses her ultimate in it or something like that, and you take lots of AoE damage and no one can get out. But fortunately, nothing bad like that happened. Purple was trying to pick up Dragon here. They're pulling it out. Tryndamere is very low. May actually die to the Dragon. Oh, not quite. Got the smite off in time. Dragon gives them a nice gold advantage, giving each champion a little over 100 gold. But they are still behind in gold compared to blue team by about 1,000. Not a huge difference yet. Neither team is particularly snowballing at this point. Although Rumble is very close to being at that point. Jarvan is coming back around top. That time away from lane has cost him some XP though. 2 levels behind Rumble now. You're very quiet. No, you're still very quiet. Move the mic closer to your mouth. Still quiet. A little action going on the mid. Fortunately lagged out there. Mumu is tower diving that. LeBlanc will pick up the kill. Might get killed himself between that Tryndamere and tower. But looks like Tryndamere will get that. Ghosted to get the kill. And Mumu goes down, but not before picking up LeBlanc. Vlad is about half health as a result of that. And Sade is still quite fine up top. Misfortune went B, and Sona is alone in bot lane against the 2 purple bot. Jarvan warding up his Tribush, very good. Prevent any Amumu sneaking up from behind. Down bot, just yet more CSing. This is the point of the game, not terribly exciting till any action happens and one teams play passively and just farm up like this. It can take a while for that. Tryndamere is looking to come up to deal with Sade, but he's 3 levels behind. Jarvan is 2 levels behind. I just don't think they can manage it. Ooh, very nice engage there by Jarvan keeping her in. She flashes out when she sees Tryndamere and just gets out safely, leaving Jarvan at about half health. Going back in to try to poke at Tryndamere, but Tryndamere gets out fine. Purple does take up a kill in bot against Sona. Graves and Janna picking that up. Unfortunately missing that. Leaving Misfortune alone, which is a very precarious position to be in against the 2 of them. Tryndamere did come into mid to try to gank Vlad, but Vlad just pooled and laughed. Because that's what Vlad does. Tryndamere looks to be coming into counter jungle, but there is nothing there for him to get. It is all already taken. Jarvan now only 1 level behind Sade. CS in bot lane, Misfortune with 99 versus Graves 120. Quite a significant difference for 280 carries down there. Being 20 behind is never a good thing. Kills are now even with 3 and 3, and gold is only 500 behind for the purple team. Still no towers. Tryndamere looks like he really wants to come in and gank Klaus as soon as he gets the chance. And here goes the gank, diving under the tower. Troll pull, Tryndamere taking tower damage. Gonna have to use his ultimate to stay... Oh, no, never mind. Tower switched over to LeBlanc. Amumu comes in, grabs the bandage on LeBlanc, goes in, just gonna take this kill, no trouble at all. Or not take the kill, trouble at all. You're really quiet, I can barely hear you over the game sounds at all. Jarvan is there to take advantage of Vlad, thinking he's pushed both of his opponents out of the lane. Rumble is coming down though, right behind, so Jarvan is going to have to get out of that bush or find a world of hurt. Amumu's coming in for the 3-person gank on Jarvan, who flashes but still gets bandage tossed. Takes about half his health and damage just from that little poke in exchange for 1 tower hit on Amumu, who barely noticed. Bot and Tryndamere are all coming up to come up into the middle. May see a very interesting team fight here if they do come in, especially since Rumble has left and Amumu is back getting raised. Vlad really needs to get out of there before something bad... Ooh! Throws down the ward just in time to see Tryndamere and walk out of there, no problem at all. Bot did go back bot, having a little engage between them, not a whole lot of action as they go back to just farming creeps. Tryndamere is level 8, Amumu is level 11. Very significant difference between the junglers there. Lycan once again going over to try to steal Bloom, but it is already gone, just warding it up. That's a very good ward position. It'll allow them to see anyone coming for blue, or anyone trying to move through to come up to bot. Very nice bot. Rumble getting a little pushy. at her tower. Tryndamere with blue is basically just Tryndamere. Jarvan is sneaking up around the corner though. Sade should be fine unless she overextends. Now she'll see both of them know not to, and she'll be able to play carefully, maybe getting a little harassed in just for laughs. Mumu coming up once again to steal their Wraiths. He is spotted by the purple team's ward in the river, so Tryndamere will be coming to try to do something about it, but I don't think he'll do much. Oh, LeBlanc does come in too. Vlad caught out of position to help, but he comes in. They should be able to handle the two of them without much problem if they stay and fight. Blue team, that is. Ooh, looks like Tryndamere is going to go down. Well, pops his Endless Rage. If they can get an Ignite or something. Ooh! Amumu's ult keeps him from leaving, resulting in the double kill for Vladimir and the double assist for Amumu, who gets out with nary a hit points, 130 hit points about, and he just walks away as Jarvan comes up attempting to finish him off. Ooh, Jarvan does jump in, finishes off Amumu, who stuck around a little too long, taking only a couple of tower hits, leaving him vulnerable to Vlad if Vlad comes in here and picks up the kill. Starts it off, doesn't do a whole lot. Jarvan very low health, jumps across towards Dragon, and gets away cleanly, with Graves and Janna coming to support. Vlad is going in to pursue Jarvan, surprisingly. Continuing on. Oh, leaves him alone. Lets him go. Any update on your mic there, FancyZergling?
How's it sounding now?
You're still a little on the quiet side, but a little better. Still cannot hear you over the sounds of combat, which I could hear you over before.
Sorry.
Alright. Rumble is going B. Tryndamere is taking over top. At top purple tower, about a third hit points compared to Rumble's tower, which is only short about 20 hit points. 19 to be very specific. Almost untouched. We're seeing a slight blue lead with 2,000 gold and 1 kill advantage, 5-4. Misfortune without mana down in bot. LeBlanc wandering through the jungle to come for a gank, but will blue team notice it? And they're just being in the bush, which could be very, very bad for Icky if he gets caught. Cancels the B, goes back to the tower. They should get out of there without too much damage, and basically forcing Shinneh to stay around just a little longer before going B in order to defend the tower. Jarvan is chasing a move through jungle, but does not catch up.
Yeah, down there, if LeBlanc would have landed her combo correctly, I think they easily could have got a kill on Sona.
Alright, I'm turning down my volume a little so you can hear Zergling a little better despite his ridiculously low sound volume right now. They are taking Dragon. 4 people on purple are there. 5th is up top. Only 3 for blue. Vlad is pushing the tower. Looks like they're not actually going to contest it. Vlad's just going to get some free damage on that mid tower. Got both Tryndamere and LeBlanc coming from those, so he's going to have to get out of there unless he takes some damage. But he does not, and gets out nice and cleanly. Misfortune with B, so Sona's defending bot all by herself for a while. Sade pushed back to her tower once again, but that is quite a fine place for Rumble to be. No trouble at all expected from that Jarvan on Sade. Jarvan is getting a little fed though. Oh, Sade goes in. There's about half of Jarvan's hit points and damage, down to about half herself. Jarvan goes in once again, daring tower aggro, taking the ultimate from Sade, who picks off the kill after that ultimate landed very nicely. Very good combination there by Sade to take out that Jarvan.
Yeah, you really just can't get aggressive like that. I mean, even if your summoners are up, the tower just does so much damage, even at the mid-game range. That if you haven't seen an ultimate used or any summoners used, you just can't risk it.
Yes, and with a fed Rumble up top, the tower diving onto it, probably not the best move. But it can pay off in some circumstances. That time, it did not. LeBlanc taking some free damage on Klaus, but Klaus is just going to heal that up, and no problem. Misfortune and Graves doing a little duel. Ooh, Graves did a lot of damage to Misfortune, chasing her off. Forcing the flash, using his own flash to chase. Miss Fortune's ultimate goes down, but doesn't do enough damage, and Graves picks up the kill.
I think Miss Fortune should have just kept running there after the exhaust was used. If she hadn't seen a Graves' own exhaust being used for a while, she would have easily survived and could have got out of there, not scot-free, but at least wouldn't have game gold up.
And comparing their item advantage, Miss Fortune has 2 Doran's Blade, a BF Sword, the Berserker Treads, and Wriggles, whereas Graves has Infinity Edge, a Zeal, a Doran's Blade, and the Berserker Treads, giving Razor a very significant damage advantage in that situation. And they do take that bot tower while they had killed Miss Fortune, but that is as far as they will get. And they're just going to back off, B, buy some stuff, defend their tower. Maybe go for a gank. Jarvan does jump in on Sade up top. Too close to the tower for Sade to really get too aggressive. Got the overheat on there, but it's just going to walk nice and away. Tryndamere is looking to do some damage to Sade, but Sade pulls back, and he's forced to go over to mid. Mumu coming up towards bot, potentially for a gank on Janna, but never mind, going towards mid once again. Seeing Tryndamere come in on mid, he goes in to help, and Tryndamere keeps on trucking. Jarvan picking up golems for free because he can.
We see Tryndamere going bottom for a gank.
Yeah, with bottom very extended and no tower there, he proceeds to just stand in the water and let them leave. Not sure if he could have done much by actually going in, but standing there did not do anything. So he just goes to take his blue, give it to LeBlanc, who could use it quite nicely. Takes it much faster this time than the first one. Top, just Sade trying to zone out Jarvan from getting any CS. Vlad healing up on some wolves. And blue bot lane is in a very precarious position, lacking their tower. Fortunately, purple really isn't too far ahead of them in terms of equipment or kills, so... Well, Vlad does have another Bloodthirster, or sorry, Graves. Graves has another Bloodthirster. That's going to be a very big problem to Miss Fortune down there. Mumu caught between 2 in the middle. But Vlad's right there to help. If he pops his ultimate, they could possibly get a kill. He might still pick up that... Oh, gets the Ignite on Tryndamere. Looks like Tryndamere is going to go down. Mumu's probably going to go down to LeBlanc here too. Klaus not forcing enough advantage on LeBlanc to finish her off as well. With Janna and Graves coming up to mid, that Klaus is being. And that's that.
I can't help but feel that engagement actually favored blue team. If Klaus would just kept pushing up on them, they could easily had both Tryndamere and LeBlanc.
Yeah, if Klaus had been a little more aggressive there, LeBlanc was very, very low. Tryndamere was ignited and running away with no hit points. They could have won that. If Amumu's ult had been up, that could have turned the tide, keeping Tryndamere from running away and attacking. But it did not happen, so it ended up just a net loss for Amumu. Did Tryndamere actually die? I didn't notice.
There's an engagement going bottom. They do manage to get the Sonic quite easily. That Graves just bursting down so easily. Tryndamere actually didn't die. He escaped at like 13 health.
Alright. So, bot lane is in a very bad situation. That Graves is getting pretty fed and may end up being the game-changing champion with Jarvan falling behind Sade, still 2 levels and several kills. Bot lane of purple is coming up to mid. If Vlad gets caught extended, he could be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't see it coming. But they did have a ward there, so he should know at least a little about it if he is keeping his map awareness up. Mumu is nearby, so ready to help from raids if needed. A lot of pressure going up on Sade top. And ultimate hitting both of them in Jarvan's ultimate, keeping Tryndamere and Jarvan from getting away. Sade easily picks up that double kill with still a third of her hit points left. And is easily going to finish off that tower if she pushes it. Mumu wards up there blue.
Take her tower and be able to go help her team. They really do need it.
Yeah, with Sade at level 18 already. And one the next highest, well, Vlad's at 17. The other team has 16 with LeBlanc. So Sade does have a good level advantage there. She can do a lot of good in team fights. A little bit of harass down in the middle, but nothing to show for it. Mumu is looking to play with Janna there. Janna does face check the bush and take a little damage, but it's not going to make any difference really. Not a lot of action. Tryndamere and Jarvan going up top. They're going to look to try to, well, Tryndamere's going to look to take some golems, and Jarvan's going to look to take some minion kills. I don't think they're going to be able to push that tower at all unless they spot Rumble mid and decide to split push while the team fight is going. Rumble is trampling up through the mid with Graves, Tryndamere, and Janna in the area. LeBlanc and Jarvan not too far off. Rumble is walking away to go clear up top, looks like. Very close match. Still 8 to 7 kills. A lot of damage on Klaus there from LeBlanc. And Jarvan flashes in to get the kill. Klaus uses his ghost to try to get away. Gets caught inside the ultimate of Jarvan. Gets stuck in there despite his troll pull, and he's going to go down very, very quickly. Mumu does show up, but a little too late. And the other two are very far away.
Yeah, I really do feel that Klaus's decision to bring Ghost over Flash was not an advisable one with Jarvan being chosen on their side. It's such an easy switch to make with Jarvan's ultimate being so dependent on you not having your Flash.
Yeah, I can understand why you would take Ghost on Vladimir, but with Jarvan there, that's a big, big threat to not have Flash. And Ickymittz is also in the same position as Sona because he didn't take any escape at all. I mean, very easy to take down if he gets caught out of position. He has to be very, very careful about his positioning to not get caught by Jarvan's ult or any sort of CC that will leave him ahead of his team. Unfortunately, that's fairly easy to do with Sona.
But you know, again, Flash is just so strong just because of that ability to reposition yourself in a team fight or just
Sade
anti-gank button.
Sade does pick up that mid tower, no problem at all, and is going to have to go clean up the minions up top. But once again, I don't think she minds horribly. She's 5-0 and 215 CS, farming up very nicely. Only one ahead of her in CS. Well, no, Misfortune is as well, but Jarvan and Misfortune. Jarvan with, not Jarvan, Graves. I keep calling Graves Jarvan. Excellent. But Graves with 267 and Misfortune with 220.
Graves, that guy with the spear.
Yes, that jumps in and kills people. Icky is taking a lot of damage. Looks like, ooh, very nice ultimate, but and the Mumu ultimate, they can, if they get aggressive enough, they can pick up a kill or two here. Does force him to use his ult, Endless Rage. They might be able to get Janna. There we go. Very nice ultimate from Rumble there to pick up 3 kills. Very nice. They're going to be able to take this tower for free if they push it. Basically do whatever they want. LeBlanc is coming up, but she's not going to be able to do anything against all 4 of them right there with her team down. Especially with Sade as fed as she is, with 6 kills and 2 assists at this point. They may be able to take the second turret if they get aggressive enough on it. Graves is down in the force, but he is not anywhere near this tower. Tryndamere wanting a rematch. Now a 4K, or almost 5K gold advantage for blue team. 3 towers to 1 tower, 11 kills to 8 kills. And they're going to be able to pretty much do what they want for the next 30 seconds or so. Possible. Okay, looks like Klaus is going to have to leave for the next match, so it is questionable if we will be doing a second game or not. But But we will see. There may be a sub available to take his place. We will find out after this game finishes. Sona picking up a little CS now, so he's good. Jana with 8, Sona with 4. Very good at being their 0 CS, waiting until the 30-minute mark to actually get any. I'm gonna move the chat right out of the way here, or maybe not. I'm being very distracted by the chat to cast. Vladimir is going on Tryndamere. I didn't realize how similar their names was until I just said that. Anyways, Vladimir attacked Tryndamere down at the race when Tryndamere was trying to steal them. Vladimir just picks them. He's getting very tanky now. Let's see, does he have Warmogs or anything? What's going on with his build there? He has a Will of the Ancients, a Giant's Belt, and a lot of AP. So Vlad is just naturally HP tanky. A lot of blue team coming up from the top there. Could turn into an interesting team fight or a forced Baron, although purple is pushing that bottom tower, the second one. That Mumu's going to try and stop them. I'm not sure how well he's going to do against that Grave all by himself. That Grave is fairly fed. Let's chase him off the tower, though. The rest of blue team off in mid. Timber going to deal with wave top. And, where's Jarvan? Is Jarvan dead? Jarvan is dead. When did Jarvan die? I totally missed that. Blue team is picking up Dragon right now. 2D Panda and Razor looking like they want to try to do something about it, but very unable to. With 4 of them there, and only the 2 of them. The 2 squishy ones, mind you. Sade going in like a pro. Oh, changing her mind. Not going in. Her team left. Can't blame her for not going in. Coming up to mid to pick up some creeps. Clear out that wave, keep that tower alive. Tower's a good state. Top tower is fairly low, and the second bottom tower is very low. Looking at purple's tower, their top tower is perfectly fine. Their the inhibitor tower in the middle is slightly damaged, and the pot tower is also quite fine. LycanSlaze is coming in to get blue with the help of Vladimir. Misfortune is going B, where she's warded, so everyone knows it. And Sadie's just holding mid.
Wow, okay. I was trying to talk there, but my mic was...
Very pro-casting.
Yeah, pro-casting. But I was trying to say, before I thought I was getting really interrupted, not that I was, because it wasn't on, that unless the purple team is able to drag us out like another 10 or 15 minutes, well, actually more, 15 or 20 minutes, I don't see them actually being able to win this simply because Tryndamere is requiring more time to get more farm, because him and Graves really don't have the damage output to take out Sade, Vlad, and a Mumu before Misfortune can get into the fight and take out all of them.
Correct.
And that's going to be the big issue right now, is taking out Vlad and Rumble before they do too much damage.
Yeah, blue does have a fairly significant gold advantage with 7k, 3 extra towers, 4 kill lead, and a very, very tanky Rumble. And unless purple gets a good team fight or picks off some stragglers and gets an excellent engage, forcing an ace or something like that, they're going to have a very hard time coming back from this. Now, of course, anything is possible, as we've seen in previous casted games that we've done, where a bad Baron fight or so could go so badly against the leading team that the other team just comes back for the win just from that. So it's not over till the fat lady sings. And the fat lady in this case is FancyZergling. You're not allowed to sing until I say so, though. I said,
oh, okay.
Can't sing till I say so.
Fine.
I'd be the fat lady, but I'm really, really too skinny. I'm made of skin and bones.
Fat. I'm actually underweight for my height.
Fair enough. We all are. A little off subject, though. Rumble is chasing around, but there are 4 purples around, but has all 4 of her team behind. They may be looking to do a no. Amumu's just going in like a champ through the back, jumping right in on Tryndamere.
Nice bandage toss.
Very nice. Taking a lot of damage, but split up the purple team very nicely. Ooh, Misfortune goes the wrong way, right into the face of the other guys on purple. but fortunately gets away quite nicely. 3 kills, going 4th kill, only Tryndamere sneaks away from that. Very, very nice engage for the blue team. That's going to give them a dominant advantage. Basically a free Baron if they want to take it, or they can push a tower or 2, whatever they want to do with this lead.
It looks like they're not sure what they want to do. Oh, actually they're going to start Baron.
They're going to do Baron. Looks like Rumble's just going to prevent the minions from pushing top on their own. Looks like blue minions are going to do a good job of taking out the purple tower on bot lane, unless someone gets there to stop them. That another wave coming up that could do a lot of damage to that tower.
You know, on honesty, I think it would have been better for them to push the towers. They would have had plenty of time to get both towers and the inhibitor down before the other team was up. And then the next team fight, they could have easily got Baron without, well, they could even try to force a team fight and let super minions build up on top.
I disagree. Getting Baron is a good option there. It'll give them a distinct advantage in any team fight in the next minute or 2, however long Baron lasts. How long does Baron last anyways?
It varies.
It varies.
Depending on if they have the mastery or not.
Excellent answer. Rumble with 7-0-6 score right now. Everyone's being. Now this is a big mistake. You get Baron buff, you've got a big advantage, and then you be in buy items. No, you push your advantage, you force another team fight with your Baron buff, unless they're hiding under a tower, then you just split push and divide
Well,
them.
if one person's going back, they all should go back and buy, and they all should get together and all push.
Absolutely.
They shouldn't go one by one in there.
Well, I guess with Tryndamere split pushing, that may have been why they went B, but
Yeah.
I feel they could have been a lot more aggressive there and taken more advantage of their buff. Baron buff is a very powerful advantage in any fight.
If they wanted to go for a base trade, I would have said go for it. I mean, they easily could take out the towers, and without Tryndamere there, the team fights would have just been no problem.
Yeah. Well, I'd say Tryndamere is actually one of the less effective in the team fights at this point. He's a little behind in farm and levels. From me.
Well, they already have Baron, and having a 4v5 would just give them the towers, no problem.
Right, and after they take the 4v5, if they force an engage, or if they have to take the tower under a little harassment, someone can go B after they've managed to force something and deal with Tryndamere.
Uh-oh. We see Tryndamere and Misfortune going at it.
Nothing's going to happen
Tryndamere
there.
just
There's
decides
an
to back
engage.
off.
Nope. They back away from the engage in mid. Misfortune does have a pretty good item build going now. She's caught up nicely. She doesn't have a whole lot of lifesteal, just the Wriggle's Lantern, which is 15%, which is decent, but compared to Graves with the Bloodthirster, which is up to 18.5%, not very stacked up right now. It could put her at a slight disadvantage in a one-on-one fight like that, but with all her other items, she should be fine. She's also extra tankier compared to Graves, so it's always nice.
We do see a lot of pinging. Blue really needs to get together and force an engagement here. I mean, why they still have Baron up? It's probably, I think it's halfway done by now. Yeah, it's almost actually 3/4 of the way finished. So they do need to put an engagement here before their Baron goes off.
Okay, looks like they are taking up your advice and going in right now. They are going to force on this tower. They'll be able to take the tower even without minions and fight. Although if they do that, they'll take a lot of damage from the LeBlanc and Graves. And Jarvan, for that matter. So they'll just wait on minion waves and wait for a weakness. Tryndamere is going off to split push bottom, so they have a huge advantage in this team fight if they go for it. I mean, Tryndamere equal tower, sure, why not? So that their 5th person is technically the tower, I guess. But Amumu does go in. Looks like they are going to force this engagement if he drops his ultimate right now. Oh, and he does. 3 easy kills right there. A lot of damage going down. Jarvan, LeBlanc, and John all picked off. Graves forced out. Vlad just taking him under the double towers at Nexus while they quickly finish off that tower and inhibitor. Tryndamere is doing very good damage. Oh, never mind. He got that tower down to about half before he died to the tower. It was almost a very good split push, but it went horribly wrong. I guess his ultimate didn't fire off or something like that. And that's 1 Nexus tower down. It's going to be a 2nd Nexus tower down. This is the end of the game unless Blue decides they want to extend it, which...
This game is going to be Blue's right here.
It is. Nothing Graves can do here except poke a little, and it'll be down and over before anyone respawns. GG's goes down, the Nexus explodes. That was a very entertaining game to watch. Very close for the majority of the game. Blue did pull ahead at about mid-game and kept that easy lead. That very strong solo top Rumble was really the deciding factor in this game.
It really was. She just was able to do so much and initiate all those fights.
I feel like we're kind of giving Sade too much praise, but she performed excellently in this match and did very well against that top try.
I mean, Amumu did awesome too. Those bandage toss were always spot on.
That was, you know, why can't he do that when I'm playing with him, right? You know, he plays Amumu and he misses every bandage toss, does horrible games.
Right?
So like, oh, come on, Lycan, you can do better. And this is an example of Lycan on top of his game, hitting those bandage toss excellently. And very few mistakes from the blue team majorly. Bot lane was their weakest section, Graves taking a nice advantage there. But with as well as Vlad, Amumu, and Rumble did, it just wasn't enough, and Misfortune was able to farm up to make the difference later in the game.
Yeah, I really can't help but feel that was well played on Misfortune's part by staying down there and farming, and even managed to stay in lane as much as he did against Graves, considering how strong he is.
Indeed. But this has been FilibusterFox
and FancyZergling.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.